An island adrift, the UK's economic woes. The United Kingdom, once a beacon of global economic might, has a storied history of industrial prowess and financial dominance. From the Industrial Revolution that transformed the world to the bustling activity of the London Stock Exchange, the UK was a symbol of economic strength and innovation. However, today the nation grapples with a deepening crisis. The once thriving streets of its cities now echo with the silence of closed shops and businesses, a stark reminder of the economic challenges that have taken root. The pound sterling has faltered, growth has stagnated, and recession looms on the horizon. The currency's decline is a symptom of broader economic malaise, with graphs and charts painting a grim picture of the nation's financial health. Rising living costs and soaring inflation squeeze household budgets, making everyday essentials increasingly unaffordable. Families across the UK are feeling the pinch as they navigate the aisles of supermarkets with worried expressions, trying to stretch their pounds further. Home ownership feels increasingly out of reach, especially for the young. The dream of owning a home is slipping away for many, as property prices soar and wages fail to keep pace. Young adults are left scrolling through real estate listings, disheartened by the daunting prices and the ever-present for sale signs. Decades of sluggish productivity and mounting government debt have created a fragile economic foundation. The halls of government are filled with discussions on how to address these long-standing issues, but solutions remain elusive. Graphs showing productivity and debt trends highlight the challenges that policymakers face. Brexit has injected further uncertainty and instability into the mix. The decision to leave the European Union has led to protests and border checks, complicating trade and economic relations. The long-term impacts of Brexit are still unfolding, adding another layer of complexity to the UK's economic woes. The social fabric, already strained by austerity, is under threat. Food banks have become a lifeline for many, as austerity measures have left vulnerable populations struggling to make ends meet. Protests against these measures are a testament to the growing discontent and the urgent need for change. The UK's global standing and influence are being questioned. International news headlines reflect the uncertainty surrounding the nation's future, and UK diplomats find themselves navigating a complex web of international relations, striving to maintain the country's position on the world stage. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, and the answers are far from clear. As the UK faces an uncertain future, its citizens and leaders must grapple with difficult questions and make tough decisions. The path to recovery will require resilience, innovation, and a collective effort to rebuild the nation's economic strength.
The UK's economic predicament is starkly highlighted by its GDP per capita falling below that of Mississippi, the poorest state in the US. This statistic underscores the UK's relative economic decline and serves as a wake-up call. The UK can no longer rest on its laurels or assume its place in the global pecking order. Economic success must be earned and constantly striven for. Bold action and a renewed commitment to competitiveness are essential. The UK's economic woes stem from a combination of long-term structural weaknesses and self-inflicted wounds. Over the years, these issues have compounded, creating a complex web of economic challenges that are difficult to untangle. A persistent productivity gap has acted as a drag on growth. This gap has been exacerbated by outdated technologies and inefficient practices that have not kept pace with global advancements. Years of government borrowing have left the UK with a mountain of public debt. This debt has accumulated due to various factors, including economic crises, policy decisions, and the need to fund public services. This debt limits investment in crucial areas like infrastructure and education. As a result, the country faces deteriorating public services and stalled development projects, which further hinder economic progress. Brexit has disrupted trade with the EU, increasing costs and reducing competitiveness. The new trade barriers have led to delays, higher prices for consumers, and challenges for businesses that rely on smooth cross-border operations. The loss of frictionless trade has had a ripple effect throughout the economy. Small businesses, in particular, have struggled to adapt to the new regulations, leading to closures and job losses. The UK's economic future is uncertain and fraught with challenges. With ongoing political and economic instability, the path to recovery remains unclear, leaving citizens and businesses alike in a state of apprehension.
Brexit's bike trade winds turn sour. The UK's departure from the EU has introduced significant uncertainty and disruption. New trade barriers have added costs and complexity for businesses. The decline in trade with the EU has had a ripple effect throughout the economy. Consumers face rising prices on imported goods, fueling inflation. The UK's financial services sector faces challenges in accessing EU markets.
Social tremors, inequality, and the seeds of unrest. The UK's economic challenges are exacerbating social divisions and fueling discontent. The gap between the wealthy and the working class is widening. Low-income households are hit hardest by the cost of living crisis. Essential goods and services have risen sharply in price. Homeownership feels increasingly out of reach for many. Growing inequality manifests in increased poverty, homelessness, and crime. There is a growing sense of unfairness and resentment. This disillusionment has the potential to fuel social unrest.
A fading lion, the UK's diminished global stature. The UK's economic woes have significant implications for its global standing. Its ability to project power and influence is being called into question. Economic weakness has led to reduced defense spending and military capabilities. The UK's decision to leave the EU has further diminished its stature. Economic challenges make it difficult to provide development assistance, a key tool of British soft power.
Navigating the storm-uncertain waters ahead. The UK is currently facing a perfect storm of economic and social challenges that threaten to destabilise the nation. From the turbulent seas of financial instability to the dark clouds of social unrest, the journey ahead is fraught with uncertainty. The UK faces a confluence of economic and social challenges. The streets, once bustling with activity, now show signs of economic downturn with closed shops and empty avenues. The diverse population is feeling the strain as the economic crisis deepens. Boosting productivity growth requires investment in education, infrastructure, and innovation. Schools and universities must be equipped to prepare the next generation, while construction sites and technology labs need funding to drive forward progress and innovation. Tackling public debt will require difficult decisions about spending and taxes. The government faces the tough task of balancing the budget, which may involve unpopular measures such as spending cuts and tax increases. Protests against these measures are already beginning to surface. Mitigating the negative economic consequences of Brexit is crucial. The aftermath of Brexit has left many industries in disarray, with abandoned factories and disrupted supply chains. Border controls have added another layer of complexity to an already challenging situation. Addressing social consequences is equally important. The economic downturn has led to a rise in homelessness and increased reliance on food banks. Community support systems are being stretched to their limits, highlighting the urgent need for social intervention. Investing in education, healthcare, and affordable housing can create a more equitable society. By focusing on these key areas, the UK can build a foundation for long-term stability and prosperity. Ensuring that children receive quality education, that healthcare services are robust, and that affordable housing is available are essential steps. The UK has a history of overcoming adversity. From the recovery after World War II to more recent economic challenges, the nation has shown remarkable resilience. This historical perspective offers hope and a reminder that adversity can be overcome. By embracing bold solutions and working together, the UK can emerge stronger. Collaboration and innovation are key to navigating these uncertain waters. Whether it's through technological advancements or community-driven projects, the collective effort can lead to a brighter future. The journey will not be easy, but the stakes are too high for inaction. The determination of the people, symbolised by the UK flag flying high, and the inspirational landscapes of the country, serve as a reminder of what is at stake. The path ahead may be challenging, but with resolve and unity, the UK can chart a course towards a more stable and prosperous future.